my brother Jeff ordered a root beer float. I didn't know what it was. And he brings this out and he starts eating this, and we're like, what is that? What is that? Of course, Jeff knew, but he kept it to himself because he wanted to us to admire that he had a root beer float, and we didn't. We just had a regular old Coke or something like that. Steak, towel and checked on. You might have to come to. Funny story. So back in the 60s, I was probably 7, 8 years old. So anyway, my brother Jeff ordered a root beer float. I didn't know what it was. And he brings this out and he starts eating this, and we're like, what is that? What is that? Of course, Jeff knew, but he kept it to himself because he wanted to us to admire that he had a root beer float, and we didn't. We just had a regular old Coke or something like that. So anyway, this is the place where I had my first root beer float, and that's my root beer float. Tina's enjoying hers. And this is also the place where Mom took us, and I had my first corn dog ever. So I told Tina, I said, I want to come over here, I want to get a corn dog, and I want to get a root beer float in honor of my brother Jeff. I hope he watches the video so I can rub it in. I'm having a root beer float. So anyway, Inez, Kentucky, guys. It doesn't get much better than Inez, Kentucky. Unless you get across the river to Kermit, then it don't get much better than Kermit. Alright, so I got this little bag here. Got 2 corn dogs. Oh, look at that. Guys, that's perfection. I gotta get out here in the sun just to see, so y'all can see how good this corn dog looks. Look at that. Golden brown, perfect. Just like I remember it back in the day. Of course, I'm gonna have to put some mustard on this. Maybe some mustard and ketchup. What do you think, Tina?
Do Just mustard, no ketchup.
Tina says she only puts mustard on her corn dogs. And of course I usually just have mustard, but sometimes I'm going back to when I was a little kid. I put ketchup on everything. And I would dip the corn dog into the ketchup or whatever. But this is a really cool day.
Nice little afternoon treat.
It really was. Just met with my buddy Ronald Newsom, who's one of the best basketball players in West Virginia history, and I love Ronald. So good visit with him and Sandy, and then come over here and have some hot dogs, corn dogs. Guys, as you know, I'm always up for some history, so it seems like the first corn dogs that were made showed up at the 1941 Minnesota State Fair. So 1941, and the vendor was the Pronto Pup. 1941. Of course, there later on in Springfield, Illinois, there was a place called Cozy Dogs that served hot dogs, and they said they were the first ones in 1946. So I don't know, 41 came first, I think, before 1946. But the Cozy Dogs are putting them out to the masses, I guess. Of course, the Minnesota State Fairs was pretty huge and still is pretty huge. But so 1941, and then I didn't even know what they were until the 60s, and that's crazy. So a little bit of history about corn dogs.